I don't know if many of you know, but I used to be a big um, Hearthstone player. Used to love it, and I was pretty good. And if I had the time, I'd be ranked up there. But I'd be like one of the older dudes who is ranked up there, and I don't know if that would be like a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but like I've loved WoW, I've loved Hearthstone until the most recent Blizzard stuff, which everything that happened in Hong Kong and that whole debacle last summer. I've banned pretty much all Activision Blizzard gaming, and it hurts a little bit, but it definitely saved me on the pocketbook because I'm not spending the amount of money I used to on Hearthstone cards. But one of my favorite Hearthstone players, SavJZ, or as Kriparian, one of my acquaintances on Hearthstone, who's really a great dude, and sometimes retweeted me. If you guys aren't familiar with him, let's see here. This is Kriparian, and there's a history where I've talked to him a few times. Really nice dude. He probably doesn't know me from a hole in the wall. Because he's so way up there in the Hearthstone community and knows so many people. But I've talked with him a few times. He's been nice and checked out a couple of my Hearthstone videos and retweeted me back in the day. Real nice dude. Kriparian calls SavJZ savages, and I think that's more appropriate to call SavJZ savages. And he's an older dude too. He's been doing this for a very long time. He was the first player to hit #1 in both America and in the EU. The first Hearthstone player ever to do that. And the reason I'm talking about this is because he put out a tweet recently, and I spotted this on Reddit, where Blizzard literally blacklisted him from ever appearing again on a tournament, which I thought was complete BS. And that was pretty huge news. He was married, or is married, to an employee of Blizzard. And the tweet read, and I just double checked it here, so I went to the tweet, and he says, "This is the reason that was given to me when I said I want to play at this event. My wife was part of the 800 people layoffs which Blizzard had recently, and she spoke up about the unjust practices of the company," which, it's been rampant. And it's been rampant because Blizzard has grown so much there in different countries now. So the other branches have to abide by the rules in the countries that they're in. And most recently, what we saw that I did a video on with a Hearthstone tournament from a player in Hong Kong, they literally just told him you can't play. And this was because at the very end of the stream, he had said, freedom for Hong Kong or something of that nature. And they literally shut him down. They took him out. They wouldn't give him the tournament money. They later apologized because it became a huge battle between, is this the right thing or the wrong thing? It's obviously the wrong thing to do. Blizzard, originally an American company, and then of course, you've got the Blizzard over in China abiding by, the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. And so the interesting thing is, they backpedaled Blizzard. They gave the Hong Kong tournament player, the Hearthstone tournament player, the prize or a reduced amount, and all was kind of like, hands clean situation taken care of. And then, you've got this where SavJZ, or Savages, as I like to refer to him, wife is saying, hey, there's some unjust practices here. And then, SavJZ basically saying, hey, I want to be part of this tournament. And they said no. In fact, blacklisted him, and I understand that pain. I understand that. That's happened to me before. I've gotten emails from YouTube in the past, because this has been a channel that has been long in the running, and I've pretty much spoke my mind, and I've gotten emails that said I was what the label was, advertiser unfriendly or advertiser averse, right? And FG goes, DG blacklisted? Never. Yeah, dude. So I've actually gotten correspondence from Google themselves saying that I was like advertiser averse. And if you try to find me on YouTube platform, you can't find me easily. It's not an easy thing. I had one of our fans in our Discord Yeah, and Twitch as well. Twitch hates me too. You know, like I'm not joking when I say these things. People say, like, "Oh, it's conspiracy, conspiracy." No, no. It's just because I have no filter and I speak my mind, and I'm not going to be corrupted by these big corporate companies and toe the line and you know be PC. I'm just not that way. That is not the type of person that I am. I can't operate under those conditions. That feels completely fake to me. I will never ever ever be that person. So anyway, getting back to the story here, I thought this was like insane. I thought this was like the dumbest move. When you have a company that's this large, like Blizzard, though, in large companies' defenses, and I hate doing this, but in large companies' defenses, a lot of times you have people that have personal grudges against certain types of players. Now, SAVJZ, whatever you want to call them, has done a lot for the Hearthstone community. A lot. He's brought a lot of people to Hearthstone. Kripparrian, another player who's brought a lot of people to Hearthstone. Blizzard should be kissing their ass for the amount of people that they have brought to the game. But instead, somebody in the corporation, in the company, decided to take things personal because of what his wife said and then blacklist him, which is completely ridiculous. And this shows you, like, when a company gets so large, it's very hard weeding out these types of people that have these personal grudges, that can't understand how important the players like SAVJZ and players like Kripparrian are for the game. And you'll see this all the time. So, you know, in defense of Blizzard and larger corporations, this stuff happens all the time. I hope the person that took these things personally and blacklisted this awesome Hearthstone player had some type of penalty, had something going against him, or that there were some repercussions on stupid employee thinking. Stupid employee thinking. It is not smart to do something like this at all. But the ending, the happy ending of this story, is that it looks like he got an apology. Of course he would. Of course he would. When the top people of Blizzard looked at this, they didn't want another debacle. So he says, I got an apology from the community lead. I am now okay to participate in future events, which is still kind of a backpedal. He should have been able to get into the tournament that he wanted to presently, but they probably already scheduled all the players for it, so it was too late, thanks to that stupid Blizzard employee. I mean, Jesus, what a dumb move. And my wife is okay to visit future live events as a guest. Well, geez, thanks, Blizzard. Thanks. I had no idea this would blow up the way it did, thanks to everyone who sort of came to my aid. Not sort of, dude. Everybody came to your aid. And that's awesome to have a community that has your back. I know that because I have the same type of community. Not as big, but it doesn't matter. The heart is probably stronger in this community. Most likely stronger in this community. You guys show up for these things. I love it. You guys are always here for me. J-Dub's helping out with this giveaway coming up. We're going to call Winter Sunday for the Cutlass Blue. Like, you guys are amazing. This community has El Corazon. That means heart. Just for people that are wondering what El Corazon is. Just El Corazon. The heart. But anyway, he says, thanks to everyone who came to his aid. I don't know how to say it better. Well, you could say it a little better, dude. But that is awesome. So that has a happy ending to it. Very, very happy to see this kind of find its way and correct itself. And this is just a stupid move on Blizzard's part. They have a serious problem, being that they're multinational. They're going to have to figure out a way to find a baseline in which they can put out rules that are fair all across the world. Otherwise, they're going to have these types of issues going forward, and they really have like an inner management problem. They got to take care of it. Shame on you, Blizzard. Shame on you, Blizzard. Get it together. Just get it together.